idea of body language, what you guys can look out for. I know a lot of you guys are going to be forever finders, so you're going to be looking for their body language and introducing with possible adopters. So we just want everyone to be safe. So behind me is Liz. She's our behavior coordinator. And then we also have Adriana, behavior coordinator assistant. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer this over to my phone. We're going to head outside my phone.
Explore the area. So if you have a dog who's really overexcited, it's kind of important if you give him time to calm down. But there's also a fine line because you don't want him to get too frustrated.
He's coming over.
I'm holding him back, but ideally you want a loose leash. You want to stand behind the dog. That way, if anything happens, you can pull him away like that.
Oh, Mama.
The most important thing, really, Aro, it's kinky, is you're watching the dog's body language. If you're unsure, pull them apart. He might be a little bit too much for her.
It's okay, girl.
She's very unsure. Notice the constant lipping. Lick, lip, licking. Everybody say that 10 times fast. Poor dog.
It's okay, girl.
You also want to make sure you're not backing either dog up into a corner. You need to give them options to run away and to make choices.
Girl.
She's choosing right now not to interact.
Yeah, it's okay.
Would this work? Maybe. It would take some time. I wouldn't expect the two dogs to be in love with one another right away if they went home together. Notice how the leashes are pretty loose unless he wants to, tackle her. You want to kind of give the dogs choices. You don't want them to feel like they have to interact. I mean, they're both choosing to kind of hang out, which is okay. Again, this could be an interaction that would work in a home.
No.
I would counsel them on a slower introduction where you're doing more co-walks. Good boy. So I think we should do the same thing with Storm. Let's do a different dog.
So how does the leash play into it?
The leash plays into it because you don't want to create unnecessary tension. You want good control over the leash. You want to be able to pull back and remove the dogs from a tense situation, but you don't want to create unnecessary tension where you're, kind of manhandling the dog and having this fight. So we're going to do this again.
Here's Storm.
Sounds like that.
Again, pay attention to the body language, and we're just walking.
It's so hard because he's all black.
Tail between legs. Whoops, now it's coming out.
Use cloud.
If you're just hopping on, you're not missing much. We're beginning another one, so you're okay.
A little co-walk to start out.
Not physically meeting.
Not physically meeting.
Let's go.
People are relaxed. That's really important.
It is important. Come on, girl. Let's go.
Now can dogs feel
He's
your,
like, I want nothing to do with this stuff.
now can dogs feel your tension? So if you're nervous,
Yes.
how's that gonna turn out?
It travels through the leash. Again, you want good control over the leash, but you don't want your feelings. Oh my God. Oh my God. You don't want to be doing that. You're going to create a problem. The dog's going to feel like, why is she reacting this way? What does she see that I don't see?
I have no idea this is working, so at least we have a video. I have no idea.
Come on, baby.
That's good, Leah.
I'm trying.
Storm, let me point out what Storm is doing. Storm is doing a lot of displacement behaviors. She's trying to exit. We'll see how this goes, but
Tail tucked.
Come on, baby. I'm ready to go. Yeah.
her body's pretty stiff. So we're going to meet in the middle. Again, staying out of the corners. We're just going to walk in. I'm holding him back because I know this dog. And she
Okay, baby. I know.
is terrified.
I know. Well, I
Okay.
can't help you. I can't help you.
So you see how she goes back to the handler? She's saying, oh my God. You know, she's looking for some type of comfort. This is causing her some degree of stress and fear. He's actually pretty good. He's not going back at her and going back at her. He's choosing to walk away. He's like, all right, fine. I'll sit in the chair. Do we know how Cloud is with other dogs?
I want to say, do you want to try Paddington?
Well, Paddington is not not good with other dogs.
Cloud went home, didn't he?
He's on his way.
He's in the process.
He's on his way.
I don't know if they actually. I don't think they took him yet.
Okay.
We don't have any very playful dogs. Matcha.
Bubba went home.
Bubba went home.
All right.
Who?
So we're out of dogs to practice with. We have one other small dog, but I think he will be very terrified, and I think he will growl and snap at Aro. Just based on what I have seen of him, and what Leah and Adriana have seen and observed. So we're not going to force this interaction. You never want to force an interaction between two dogs. You'll cause them undue stress. What's the point?
Now,
You
how
know.
long do you hold the leash for?
Until you're comfortable.
Got it.
So, I mean, could we drop the leashes right now? Yeah. Would we'd probably be risking a minor altercation between the two dogs. Because if he goes and tries to investigate and she's scared, say he went up to her right now, she's in a corner. You know? It's not really an ideal situation. I would hold on to the leash until you see some type of play signal. So the other dog, they're like kind of licking each other's faces. Their bodies are loose. They're play bowing. One is inviting the other one to chase. They're have loose open mouths. He's got a loose open mouth, but you know the behavior isn't reciprocated in the other dog. You know, you could give this more time.
Would you ask the people to possibly come back and do it again?
Well, what I would suggest is keep walking. So this didn't go well. Separate, go for another longer walk, then re-approach and see how that goes. Again, this is a situation where, yes, it could work in a home, but no, I don't think it's going to be, everybody here and drop the leashes and it's fine. I think they would need multiple co-walks, short positive interactions in the home on leash, exercises and sharing, things like that.
Should all meets be done outside or inside or?
So if you're inside, you feel enclosed, so do the dogs. It is better to be outside. Dogs tend to feel like they have more choices over the matter, whereas if you're enclosed by four walls, your escape routes are limited, even if they are on.
Any questions in office?
Yes.
Did you want me to check to see if Cloud is still here?
Oh, but she's also like, hey, I'm not sure.
He's already adopted, but he hasn't gone home yet, so we're going to try him next. We're doing it inside because of the video quality doesn't seem to be that good
We got
outside.
complaints that the video quality was bad. So we're going to see how this goes inside. Doing this inside isn't really the best thing to do. But again, you kind of want to let them explore the space. So if you notice, he just shook off. He's pilo-erect, which means his hackles are raised. He's got this low, fast tail wag. He's licking his lip. He's avoiding, he's sniffing the ground. These are all signs that he's saying, hey, I'm a little uncomfortable. And ours just kind of like pulling towards him a little.
It's okay, darling. What, you're not playful? You don't want to be playful with him?
Again, we're not going to force the interaction. Always stand in a place, preferably right behind the dog, so you can remove the dog quickly.
Get in the corner.
No, not Cal.
Okay, buddy. It's okay.
Should you pet a dog at the same time while they're meeting?
No, because you want the interaction to be between the two dogs. So he's kind of giving him some play signals. Whoa. To try and calm him down, even though he's still kind of pulling towards him. You're a good boy, Aura.
Okay, buddy.
We're not leaving, no.
You're tangled. You're tangled. What are you doing? You find food?
I'm gonna have them check it. Yeah. Oh my God.
So they both took a break.
Yeah. That's our behavior coordinator call. Yes, we'll be here for 3 hours.
They approached, Aura walked away because he got growled at. He's not approaching, he's giving Cloud plenty of space. This is a situation, yeah, well, this could work in a home, but again, it's not going to be perfect right away.
When you're ready, there's questions.
Okay. So we'll just put it back.
Come on, then. Come on, dude.
When do I answer these things?
All right, so she's gonna answer your questions. There's some questions in the chat, and you guys can also unmute yourself to ask questions. So yeah, go for it.
Choppy on my end. Okay, I'm reading the questions here. With puppies. If the older dog, so the question is, with puppies we were told to present the puppy's butt to the older dog. Will this work for a dog who's nervous and scared? Should you treat it the same way and present the butt to the older dog? So it's an adult dog. I tend not to treat them like puppies. So you should probably follow the walking procedures. If the one dog is smaller, this may be an option. So say the one dog is like, say, Cloud size, and the other dog is Aro size. That might be an option for somebody to hold the smaller dog, only because there is a danger with meeting a larger to smaller dog of something going wrong, and it going wrong badly because of the size difference. So, I would follow the co-walk and smelling the area, then introduce on neutral terms for most adult dogs, even if they are fearful.